I think growing up, one of my worst nightmares is becoming like my father. He has a really bad time regulating his emotions, and he cannot trust anyone. There's very few people he can trust. He can trust my mom. I'm not sure. I mean, the list is pretty short. I know my mom's on it. I don't really know who else is on it, to be honest. Maybe me and my brother, and that could very much be the whole list. Um, he has family members he doesn't trust. He doesn't have that many friends, I feel. He has some, but um, he 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 keeps them at arm's length. And I've been growing a lot. And after learning a lot about my dad, just how he grew up, his backstory, stuff like that, because I didn't know that who he was before. I just knew he was a very angry person, um, and that I'm dealing with a lot in my life. I feel like I'm becoming like my dad a little bit. I don't like it. I reaching the birthday blues. I think I have the birthday blues. Um, my birthday falls on a weekend. It's the last day of the weekend. And it's a long one, so I get to do a lot of stuff if I can plan for it. But I'm having some fatigue. Um, I have like an idea or two, but it's very rough, and I've just been dealing a lot with old friendships and newer friendships and just friendships in general, and been in my head a lot and been alone for most of the year so far, which is not really saying much. This is the 11th day of the year, but I felt pretty alone. Um, I had this one friend group where they were both away during like the Christmas time, New Year's time, and I reached out to them to ask if we could hang out, and they both were like, "Oh, we are busy," and I was like, "Okay, never mind." And they thought I was being passive aggressive by saying never mind, but I was actually just very lonely and sad, and saying never mind meant like, "Oh, okay, sorry for bothering you." That's kind of basically how I put it. Um, so it was not putting them down, it was really putting me down. I really shouldn't have said it at all because I shouldn't have put myself down. But and I was just like, yeah, that's not how I meant it. I just meant like I'm just like not doing well, and it's I'm not feeling good. And they're like, okay, well, when we are all back in the United States and back from our trips and stuff, we'll hang out. And I was like, okay, that was like mid-December, and I haven't not really heard from them since. And I'm like, do I have to be the person to reach out because I want to hang out with my friends? And I have this other friend, we're supposed to hang out near the end of the year, and stuff just didn't work out. So um, that it just whatever, it just didn't work out. I just don't like being always the person to reach out. And I'm like, I should consider my current friendships to be much stronger than my previous ones. And if I consider them to be strong, then I don't have to worry about the next time I see them, that they are still my friends and that they will still be happy to meet me. It's just that life and stuff is going on. But I am, I guess, still going through a not good time. I don't know, it comes in waves. I was like feeling off this morning when I woke up and I went for a walk and I felt better. And now I don't really feel that good anymore. Um, and I have to go outside and I have to be very social today. And I'm like, am I like lonely because I like need to be around people? Like, I need to see my friends to get validation that they like still want me in their lives? Or am I like actually just like genuinely lonely? Or it's just like, is this just like a lonely time for me? Like the holidays, the end of the year, and my birthday coming up, and not knowing what to do with on my birthday. Um, so a lot of it is like pretty overwhelming, and I've been thinking like, okay, like who do I even want to spend time with on my birthday? I'm like afraid of spending time alone on the day of my birthday, which is the day itself is a little bit inconvenient, just the way that things are. So who knows if I'll actually see anyone. But I want to do something on my birthday, and I do want to do some festivities, and it's hard trying to coordinate in my head. And I was starting to just reevaluate a lot of my friendships and trying to figure out, like, are we like close like we thought? Like, one time I was asking my friend about something, and she was like, yeah, I know, like, usually when you're in your moods and stuff like this, we like to give you space. I don't know where she got that from, because I don't like being given space when I'm going through something. I'm in a lot of space right now, and I fucking hate it. But not even like I don't know, a check-in or anything. I mean, I could communicate that, but it's just like, you've known me for that much long. I mean, I self-isolate, but that is a coping mechanism, and that's not always the correct way or the right way to solve my problems. It's just what I end up doing. That doesn't mean that I should do it, or that I want to do it. It could be involuntarily or by accident. So, like, I have anxiety, and I'm still working on building my self-esteem, but it's not where I want to be. And so I'm here evaluating all of my friendships, my current friendships, and uh, like, I'm wondering if the evaluation is necessary, or if I am doing this because I feel like unwanted and unloved right now. And I'm wondering if the evaluation is just meant to just further push people away, right? Make myself more unavailable so that people can actually work to get to me. And in some ways, I think that is helpful. I don't think people should have continuous access to you, right? And I feel like for a long time, I've given myself up to a lot of people. I've given access of myself to a bunch of people who shouldn't have gotten it, right? But here I am trying to practice something different, trying to practice being alone intentionally and making sure that if people want access to me, they can work for it, right? But I have not really been getting it. People have not been asking for access to me. Again, it's only been 11 days into the year. It's only been 11 days into the year. So, it is the winter blues and Earth Day blues, and the sun's not out that much, and already like recovering from stuff, all of that stuff, right? So I know my mental health is not optimal, so I'm putting all of that into perspective. And it's also I have to keep telling myself it's been only 11 days into the year. But I'm just so lonely. It's crazy because I'm such an introvert. I I'm an introvert. I do better alone, right? But now I'm like wondering, like, what does that really mean? I think I can recharge alone, and my social battery can get pretty low pretty quickly. But that doesn't mean that I dislike people. I like a lot of people. I think people are great. It's cool to have human interaction. Um, so, um, Still trying to give myself grace and, understand that even if you haven't heard from your friends, and they don't reach out to you, that it doesn't mean that the friendship is one-sided. But I wish I could get some, indicators, you know? I wish could get some indicators that all of my friendships and all my relationships are not one-sided, you know? Like, I haven't heard from that one friend group in a while, and it would have been, I don't know, it would have been nice to be like, hey, I haven't heard from you in a while. You have any plans coming up for your birthday? But none of that. So I'm not gonna say that I fully understand my dad, but I see his behaviors, and I see the way that he's purposefully pushed people away, and it stonewalled himself and made himself purposefully to be unavailable even to his own children. So I don't want to become that person, right? And I also don't know how to not become that person. I am like making myself unavailable on purpose so that I try not to be too available. I know there's a mix, there's a healthy balance, right? But it's one thing to like not be available and then for no one to to try to seek you out. Um that's yeah, something I'll have to think about.